One thing to remember is that the mathematical term for a black hole is a minus area. Okay, cool, that's all. Class 0. Double class after lunch is maths lesson. I walk in impeccably dressed in uniform. To James Cannon, my best friend, whose wit is swift as comet, announced it to the class. Inwa, he says, Inwa has a minus area. That is the mathematical term for black hole. I jump over the table, grab James in a headlock, grind my knuckles into the crown of his skull till his knees buckle. He screams, calling others into our mock scuffle, and the class becomes this mass fray where small fists like soft rubble rain on the buildings of our bodies. Limbs like exposed metal beams twist under the dust cloud on voices below upwards and outwards continuously. To the maths teacher is suddenly there, pissed. Calls for order. Dust settles. In the debris of rough shirts and upturned chairs, she demands to know the culprit of the fray. But in the calamity just past, we have grown together like a family of dust boys, so no one calls my name. She shrugs and tells us how 10 minutes ago 2 planes were flown into the World Trade Center, calls it America's worst nightmare, and sinks into a silence we take for despair. But we return her mood with blank stares. We're 16. All we care of beyond these 4 walls are Pamela Anderson, Snoop Dogg, and a tingle of taste buds before a pint of Guinness. We have no frame of reference, so this is new. I leave school puzzled into the living room, find my father huddled around the television, mother paces back and forth. The atmosphere is horror, laced with disbelief. I sit cross-legged towards the TV screen and lean into the footage played over again where 2 planes crash into buildings. Instant rubble rains off the metal beams, twists under the dust cloud and fire, below upwards and outwards continuously, to the buildings suddenly fall. Dust settles. In the debris of torn lives and upturned worlds, the newsreader calls for the culprit of the fray, but pauses to say how from ground zero, New York spawned a new race of people, survivors of the day, concrete powdered to one tone of gray. Years pass. I date a girl called Sarah and ask what she did when the towers fell. When she says it was her birthday, she blew out her candles as the towers crumbled. This was the weirdest thing she had been through. I replied, yeah, me too. Thanks. Moving on.